It's that time of year to reflect on all the books we've read and count down our favorite books of 2018. I have 9 books on my list this year. I've been doing this video every year since 2012. If you need more recommendations, if you've read all of these, feel free to look in the description for those. Let's get right into it. Up are my honorable mentions. I really enjoyed reading Gail Forman's I Have Lost My Way, which is one of those books that you could sit down and read in one sitting. It'll make you feel things, it'll move you, and the story itself is put together in such a cleverly crafted way. Gail had this puzzle and she put it all together within 200 pages. Gail is a master of wordcraft. And my other honorable mention this year is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which is about a huge movie star whose life has been shrouded in mystery. Now she's telling her life story, and she had 7 husbands. This book was so entertaining and so touching. I'm so blown away by how much I believed that this is all real. Number 8 on my list this year is one that most definitely wouldn't have made past Christine's list because it was too sad, but I couldn't not put it on. It has had too much of an impact on the way I think about things, and that is Colleen Hoover's All Your Perfects. It's the story of this couple and how their relationship evolves over a period of 7 years. It just covers life experiences that I've never been through and never read about this way. It made me think and look at things in a way that I have never thought and looked at things before. If you enjoy reading about relationships and it's about marriage and overcoming different struggles, it's just so good. 7 is Now I Rise by Kirsten White. This is the second book in the And I Darken series. And I Darken didn't make it onto my list, but Now I Rise has elevated the series so high. You know when the first book is good and you enjoy it, but it's just not your favorite, but then the second book comes out and you're like, whoa, actually I love this. That's what Now I Rise did for the And I Darken series for me. I haven't finished this series. This has been such a year of not finishing series on time for me. Okay. The last 3 years have been a year of not finishing series on time for me. It's so much harder as you get older to finish series. I don't know why I hate this. It just starts to happen. All of a sudden my brain has shifted to preferring standalones just because the guilt and the pain of not being able to finish a series as soon as it comes out sucks. Back to Now I Rise. Talk about feats of storytelling. This is a historical fiction series. It is a retelling of the life of Vlad the Impaler had Vlad the Impaler been born a woman. And we start in And I Darken from birth. And Now I Rise for like covering the fall of Constantinople. It's about 2 siblings and it's all grounded and it's not hard to read. I learned so much about this area of the world. I love me a sibling story, and this is a sibling story for the ages. When I finished this book, I just wanted to sit and applaud Kirsten for like an hour. Next, at 6, I have another contemporary that was so beautiful and sweet and touching and moving. A Very Large Expansive Sea by Tahar Mafi. This is another book that you can pick up and sit and read in one sitting. This is about a Muslim teenage girl who is going through high school right after 9/11. She loves to break dance, she's falling for a boy, and she just moved to a new place, and it's just really great. Coming in at number 5! Guys, I have a lot of contemporary on this list, and I'm not sorry. They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. I don't know if you read this along with us this year. It was one of our Booksplosion books of the month. I know this is like my stupid overused catchphrase, but it was absolutely fantastic. It's a contemporary in our world, other than the fact that this thing called death casts exists, and the day you're gonna die, you get a call, and it's like, hey, just so you know, you're gonna die in the next 24 hours. These 2 kids, they both get the call that changed my destiny. They meet up and have their last day together. They have this whirlwind of one-day romance. Because they're so close to death, these characters really get to reflect on what life is. There's so many great questions and philosophical themes. I think our Booksplosion discussion live show was my favorite of the year. It's on my channel if you want to check it out. What a great book! At number 4, I have Skyward by Brandon Sanderson, which I literally just finished last week. I listened to the audiobook. Side note, if you don't know, I'm an Audible affiliate. My link is in the description. If you use it, you get your first audiobook for free. This book made me laugh a lot and made me cry. It gave me all the feelings. It's about a girl who wants to be a pilot. It's in an age where humanity has explored space and there's a colony of people on this planet constantly being attacked. There are so many forces pressing against her, but she keeps pushing, and it's such a great book. It is going to be a series, and I cannot wait to read the rest. Oh man, we down to the top 3. Do you know what they are? I didn't know what they were until like I really focused on putting them in some sort of order this morning. Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera. I loved this book so much. It gave me all the giggly, giddy feelings that I want to feel in a contemporary book. I was just so happy the whole time and excited. These two boys meet in the beginning and there's a spark between them, but they don't exchange any information. And the book is about them trying to find each other and coming together, and I just loved it so much. Both of the characters were great. If you haven't read it, you're missing on an amazing rom-com. Coming in at 2 this year is Sarah J. Maas's Tower of Dawn. Dude, I put this book off an entire year because of my kale hatred. Now, because I did that, I read this huge monster, and then I had a backup of other books, and then I didn't get to read the huge monster that I've been looking forward to for years, Kingdom of Ash. So Kingdom of Ash is not going to be on this list this year because I have not finished it. I'm reading it now. There's no stopping. I probably won't finish it till the beginning of January. But Tower of Dawn, man, was so good. And there were so many people still, even though I made a 40-minute book talk talking about this. 40 minutes. If you're still sitting there being like, do I have to read it though? I'm just gonna read Kingdom of Ash. You can't skip it. I'm not that far into Kingdom of Ash and already I'm like, ew, what do people think if they like just picked up Kingdom of Ash and skipped this? It's so good. The characters that we meet and the world building down there is so amazing. Sarah J. Maas, she wasn't exaggerating when she said this is the 6th book in the series. It is the 6th book in the series. You have to read it. And finally, number 1, my favorite book of 2018. Is actually 2 books. Scythe and Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. It's like a utopian society. We've advanced to the point where people don't die anymore and they have to actually hire people called scythes to prevent overpopulation, and our lead characters get chosen to be a scythe's apprentice. I have book talks for both these books. I was so blown away by Scythe and how much it impacted the way I think about things. There's all these things about morality and death and life. There's just thing after thing after thing. You know, you think you've had all the waves of, oh my god, holy, I didn't even think about this, but they just keep coming. And Thunderhead is just like a whole new wave of thought-provoking that just blew my mind. I loved discussing Thunderhead. It's one of my favorite book talks that I've done, but there's a very small percentage of people I feel like that have read this book so far. And the audiobooks are amazing. This was in January I read these books, and I'm still recommending them to everybody. Those are my favorite books of 2018. I'd love to hear what your list is. My book is coming out next year on May 7th. It's called Again But Better. The pre-order link is in the description below. I'm Christine. I make videos every Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!